What's up, guys? Rob Brown here from Lines.com. Let's talk some Thursday night football. We got the Patriots on the road at the Jets as we head into this one. As you know, everything on this channel is absolutely free. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below, and everything we do will end up in your inbox if you hit that little bell and let you know whenever we post a video. Do appreciate your support. So sitting here 6.5 in favor of the Jets at home over the Patriots. If we go ahead and look at the spread, 38.5 is your prevailing number here in this one. So again, if you're looking, be sure to shop the best number. There is a hook out there if you're looking to play the Patriots. 6 becoming a little bit more of a key number here these days in this one. So the big thing here is just the Patriots offensive line and just how ridiculously beat up it is. So their starting left tackle, starting left guard are already both out. Starting center, starting right tackle are both questionable. It's a bad deal. It's going to be rookies stepping in at left tackle and left guard for sure. There's already a rookie on the offensive line as the 5th starter. And then 2 other dudes are questionable as well. So even if they do go, you know that they are not completely healthy. Jabril Peppers in the secondary is also questionable for the Patriots. Over on the Jet side of things, Jermaine Johnson, as you saw, tore his Achilles last week, so he's out for the season. That's not good for their pass rush for sure. He's their edge rusher. And then to make matters worse, in this one in particular, C.J. Mosley is questionable after being a DNP all week long. So unlikely that he goes, since he didn't even get any sort of even a limited practice in this week for this Jets team. So that's kind of where we sit here in this one. This article right here is just Eli talking about some anytime touchdown bets that perhaps maybe you want to look at here in this one. But for me, it's, you know, as far as the line in total goes, guys, as far as the 6 and the 6.5 and the 38.5, pretty on for me, like pretty spot on to where I'm having this game because of the offensive line woes for the Patriots, because of the defensive injuries that we have on the Jet side of things, and further just the defense not playing quite as well as we thought so far this year for them. This offense sputtering just at least a little bit, you know, and this Patriots defense does at least have enough juice, I think, to give this Jets offense at least a little bit of trouble as well. We have hard leans towards the Jets and hard lean towards the under, but not a big enough edge for me to want to put either one of those in my account as they sit right now. Stick around. We'll talk about it where we want to go with that a little bit more. If you wanted to get exotic, you know, any sort of, if you did want to get into some sack props or things like that, Jacoby Brissett's been under pressure 44% of his dropbacks so far this year. So yeah, nearly every other dropback he has been under pressure. And as far as Aaron Rodgers goes, and this will kind of lead me to my first bet that I do have in the account, which is a prop, is the Jets offensive line's actually been good so far for Aaron Rodgers. One of the concerns heading into the season, after we saw last year how bad this offensive line was, they go out and pick up some pieces, and so far so good with all of that. And then you couple that with the fact that the Patriots have only generated pressure at the third lowest rate in the NFL so far. Aaron Rodgers should, in theory, have some time back there to throw the ball a little bit. So with that, we're going to come over here, and this is just the best number I found as of this recording. As always, shop around. We have a prop finder over on thelines.com, but I'm going to go to Mike Williams. And I know you're probably going to say, wait a minute. If you think he's going to have a ton of time, why aren't you going elsewhere from a receiving standpoint? I'll tell you why I'm going to Mike Williams in the 23 and a half as opposed to the Garrett Wilson 64.5 up here. And the reason is because Christian Gonzalez, you remember, the very highly drafted corner for the Patriots that got injured early on in his rookie season, well, he's come back with a vengeance. And last week he shadowed, I know there's a highlight of DK Metcalf taking one to the house or whatever, but he shadowed DK Metcalf on over 80% of the snaps. And in the snaps in which he shadowed DK Metcalf had 3 catches for 25 yards. Like, it was a really, really good performance. So I wonder if Garrett Wilson's going to get the same treatment this week. And so if that is the case, which we would assume if he's going to shadow DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, you know, as good or better than DK Metcalf is, then I think it's going to free up some stuff for Mike Williams. And Mike Williams got signed by this Jets team when he was hurt. He played 9 snaps in week 1 to bounce back and play 37 snaps in week 2. Talked to a Jets beat reporter on one of my shows that I did this week who said the idea is to just continue to ramp him up and give him more snaps. Like they wanted to kind of ease him in there in week 1. They get him out there for 37 snaps in week 2. We should see every bit of that, if not more, here in week number 3. So give me over 23.5 for Mike Williams, who I think now will have eclipsed Allen Lazard as far as snaps and probably the number 2 target there for this Jets team. So that's the first bet in the account for me. The second is I think this is a pretty decent same game parlay-ish type of game. So if we kind of go over here to the lines, if you take this thing to where the Jets, if we get it off this key number and just bring it under the field goal and put it at 2.5 on the Jets. And like I said, I lean towards the under, but like, let's go to a total here that gets us clear of like a 21-20, gets us clear of like a 24-17. And then we just kind of go under the 41.5. And if you wanted to bring it out a little further, I mean, you can see, so the 41.5 brings this thing to plus 134. As you see right here, if you want to play it a little bit more safe and bring it on the other side of, even 44 to 44.5, you're still getting plus money on it. So it depends on how conservative you want to be with all of that. But I mean, you could bring it all the way out to 44.5 and you could still get yourself some plus money here in this one, which correlates to a Jets win, but maybe not a touchdown Jets win, and then it's staying under the total with 2 teams that look like they really do want to run the ball, and certainly a Patriots team that with as much pressure as been getting on Jacoby Brissett as it is anyway, then couple that with how bad the offensive line situation could be tonight, most likely tries to run the ball a ton in this one. The other way you could spice this up too is just, add an anytime touchdown score if you wanted to do that or whatever, but for me, just more of a straight up play for me. Jets, maybe just not the Jets by as big as the spread indicates, and then an under of whatever sort. Like I said, it depends on how conservative you really want to be on the total side of things. I think bringing it up over 41.5 at least gets us on, like I said, on the other side of 21-20, on the other side of 24-17, which would then put this thing up to plus 134. You could go out to 43.5, get it to 114, 44.5. Gets it out, as we said, to still plus 106. So still plus money. Anyway, look at it whenever you play this little same game parlay right here. Guys, you can read Eli's article over here, Anytime Touchdown. We have some other stuff here on this game. Just not a super sexy game that I'm trying to pay a lot of attention to, more from a Jet standpoint than a Patriot standpoint. I need to see if this Jets defense is any good. I need to see if not having Hassan Reddick out there is just going to put this team in a, more like an upper half defense as opposed to the upper elite defensive type of situation, which is what we thought kind of heading into the season. Probably thought they'd be top 3, 4, 5, maybe at the worst. But that's just not the case so far. In this one, also want to see if Aaron Rodgers, after his 3rd game back, looks a little bit more crisp than he did in those first couple of games as well. So just the one prop for me on Mike Williams over receiving yards and the little same game parlay here that says Jets win and under. Guys, everything we do absolutely free. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up on this thing, and let us know in the comment section how you plan on playing this one. And good luck on all your Thursday Night Football plays.